In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there. I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it. Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Uma boa noite a todos, sejam todos bem-vindos a mais uma live aqui de Genshin Impact, né? Vamos começar aqui hoje com a missão do Arconte, ato 3, que é a missão que está saindo agora aí nessa 5.1. A gente vai estar fazendo tudo aqui pela primeira vez. Tá. Eu só concluí umas missõezinhas aqui do passe primeiro, enquanto a galera vai chegando ainda. Ótimo. Olha só quem ganhou rastro ontem, né? Ela ficou mais linda ainda. O rastro dela é muito fofinho, são de flores. Bom, já começamos aqui com o passe, né, comprado. Pra gente poder começar com tudo já. Abismo do Espiral acho que eu vou fazer no sábado. Tem 6 dias. A gente parou foi no 10, falta o 11 e o 12. Já temos aí 12 tiros para Rutal, pit 59. Espere até 2 dias depois. Beleza. Isso aqui é bom também. Vou fazer um boss enquanto isso. Precisa fazer o boss do caso, velho. O boy do caso, e um boss Pyro. Ele não tá nem tomando dano ainda. Oxi. Vem pra cá, volta pra cá, vem. Pronto, tá morto já. Pena que ele dá crio, né, cara? Podia dar Nemo. Acho que eu vou ter que fazer um boss a Nemo também. Vou fazer esse bichinho aqui. Esse time aqui não é muito bom porque ele tem escudo piro, né? Mas não tem problema não. Mata ele do mesmo jeito. Com ou sem escudo ele toma dano do mesmo jeito. Morreu. Deu bem pouquinho, né? Vacilo. Ruim também. Acho que vou pegar refino da farpa. Melhor, né?
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Ativou o escudo, sei lá, mãe. Essa ult da Narida combinado com a ult da Kekken carrega tudo. Só original mesmo. Beleza. Ah, tem mais um bichinho aqui que eu quero matar também. Ali. Cara, dropou bem pra caramba. Vou dar uma passadinha aqui no Sombra Verde. Aí daqui a gente vai lá pra missão do arconte. Moondor. Gostou do Honkai? Eu gostei, cara. Amanhã vai ter live de Honkai de novo. Hoje eu fiz uns farmzinho básico lá. Peguei mais umas paradinhas. Já dá pra dar mais 10 tiros no banner limitado. E faltam 3 tiros pro banner permanente, pra gente bater os 50 lá e pegar um personagem T5. Aí o primeiro T5 deve sair amanhã, então. Aí a gente continua também a missão do principal, né, do Honkai, amanhã. Eu achei bem maneiro, bem maneiro. Caraca, é muito estratégico, cara. Você tem que conhecer muitos personagens ali. Mas eu tô pegando o jeito já. O conhecimento do Genshin me ajudou bastante. Ah, claro, a menina de casaco vermelho. Eu ainda não conheço quase nenhum personagem de lá. Esse farm do Sombra Verde tá uma tristeza. Meu Deus. Algumas coisas são bem mais difíceis do que no Genshin. Eu não sei se é porque eu tô começando agora lá também, né? Mas depois, quando se familiarizar, aí deve ficar mais tranquilo. No Genshin eu já conheço tudo já. Mas também é mais de um ano já jogando Genshin. Vamos pra Natlan. Espere até 2 dias. Ah, um dia já deve ter passado, né? Vamos colocar mais um dia aqui na conta. Foi não, tem que botar mais um então. Foi. Vá à guilda de aventureiros.
Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Com relação à parte gráfica, eu acho que o Genshin é um pouquinho mais bonito também.
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Isso levará um tempo de resposta mais rápido.
Yes, precisely.
O Genshin possui um orçamento maior, porém o Honkai com o tempo fica muito divertido.
So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days.
Os dois têm um orçamento grande, né, cara? Os dois têm.
So that's the plan. We can
Só que o farm do Honkai, na minha opinião, é bem pior do que o do Genshin. Muito pior mesmo. Eu ainda não comecei a farmar as paradas, não. Eu fiz o farmzinho básico lá, né? O único domínio que eu já desbloqueei, né? Que eu nem sei se chama domínio por lá também.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable.
Deve ter um outro nome lá, né?
There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past.
Aí eu consegui os materiais lá pra poder upar todos os personagens que eu tenho.
An acute
Pelo menos
natural
aqueles
disaster.
T4, né? Principal.
Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives.
Aí o nível de...
That day will be sooner rather than later.
Não é nível de aventura também, não.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation
É
is
como
going
se fosse o nível de aventura, né? O rank. Eu já upei pro 11. Agora tem que botar no 15 pra acender os personagens.
Tina, are you feeling better now?
Katina. Ih, esqueceram de dublar essa parte. Ué? Cadê a dublagem da Katina? Ela tá muda.
Wow. So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names. I still can't believe anyone can forge those things.
Demitiram a dubladora dela? Então tá.
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
É, você é o futuro da sua tribo. Caraca, velho. Demitiram a dubladora dela. Pensando melhor, talvez eu só encontre um buraco no chão para me enterrar por um tempo. O pior farm do Honkai pra mim é o das esferas. Demora no mínimo uns 10 minutos ou mais. Farm diário das esferas? No Honkai, aquela parada que seria resina, né? Ela sobe até um pouquinho mais, né? São 240 pelo que eu vi aqui, são só 200. Ela deve estar sem voz porque os dubladores estão em greve. Tadinha, logo com a China. Ah, podia botar uma outra dubladora lá no lugar, pô. O pessoal de lá também tá cheio de mimimi. Ué, uma bobeira. No Genshin, os próprios jogadores de Genshin detonam o jogo, mano. Eu não entendo isso. Eles gostam do jogo e detonam o jogo. A trilha sonora daqui é muito maneira. Fale com a Xilonen. Xilonen trouxe a pessoa que precisa de um nome antigo. Ela é super incrível e já aprendi um montão de coisa com ela. Posso garantir que ela merece mesmo o nome de uma heroína.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's
Escaramuche.
just no one told me that you're
Uau, o jogo é muito
Outlanders.
legal. Hã? Estão dizendo que arconte... Ih, ela foi muito rápido. Ah, como é que é o nome dela? Shashka também vai voar agora. A Shashka. Já vazaram aí a gameplay dela. Aí Natlan deve voar pra caramba. Porque tem o flogisto, né? Você está chateada?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory,
É porque a viajante não é desse mundo, né? Ela não pertence a esse mundo. Aí você não tem como registrar as paradas dela, né? Tipo os feitos dela em Teyvat. Tenho muitos feitos na bagagem. Eu vi em contagens feitos sendo gravados no manual de aventuras dela. Parece que conseguiram fazer tudo.
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it
Da
one step
Linette.
further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands.
Da Linette e da Sucrose também.
And acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as the basis for an ancient name. Even
Ah, mas eles podem botar outra dubladora no lugar, pô. Não tem problema não. O que mais tem aí é dublador.
just how it is.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Ou dubla por IA mesmo, tanto faz.
People should know better
Só
than
botar uma IA aí que a IA dubla. Hoje em dia a IA dubla direitinho.
forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
É porque eu sinto que isso aconteceu antes. Acho que da última vez Xilonen só acabou dando inúmeras alguma coisa lá.
Focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an
Tem movimento aí dos dubladores, né, contra a dublagem por IA.
to make it happen.
Mas sei lá, cara. A IA tá crescendo no mercado, né? Não tem como a gente evitar o desenvolvimento, né? Uma hora ele vai chegar. Tem muitos jogos aí que é dublado por IA. Vamos ver se a gente consegue encontrar um jeito especial de fazer isso. Se a gente não conseguir fazer funcionar, tenho certeza que ainda podemos voltar a falar com a arconte Pure.
To somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of Awaya when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wayab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wayab alone would probably not be enough.
A gente precisaria ganhar o reconhecimento de todos os 6 Wayobi?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant.
Minha filha, mas você vai ter que tentar.
Night Kingdom Wayab. The first person who comes to mind is Citlali at the Masters of the Nightwind.
Citlali. Citlali deve vir junto com a arconte Piro, né? 5.3.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in a room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that
O som da quest tá bom ou precisa aumentar um cadinho? Acho que eu vou aumentar um cadinho, que eu esqueci de aumentar.
Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker's dome being split into two.
Hã?
Great going, Malika. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Citlali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Citlali é um escudo crio. E vai ter finalmente uma boa espada em um evento futuro. É parecida com a... O som da Abyssal está um pouco baixo, é porque eu esqueci de aumentar mesmo. Mas se aumentar muito não vai dar para ouvir sua voz. Vou deixar parecido com o que eu deixei no Honkai. Pra mim aqui aumentou bastante até. Eu tô com o headset. Deixa eu botar no 7. Pô, essa trilha sonora é muito braba. Eu tenho que baixar essa música. Kinite chega após um tempo. Pô, até o Kinite, coitado, mano. Também vou aproveitar para explicar o que houve. Caraca, mano. Oi. Está tudo bem. Estamos todos trabalhando pelo bem do plano da arconte Piro. Afinal, todos aqui entendem quão desesperadora a situação se tornou.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Aham, porque todos nós Vimos um herói do passado se materializar de novo bem na nossa frente. A Imoalani disse que um montão de conhecimento e memórias tomaram o cérebro dela de repente. A arconte Pyro explicou tudo quando voltamos do Reino da Noite, incluindo o motivo por trás da aparição do herói, assim como o atual estado do Reino da Noite.
She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
Tenho outra informação para compartilhar. Praticamente identificamos a pessoa que resgatou o capitão no estádio da chama sagrada. O nome dele é Ororon, e ele também vem dos mestres do vento noturno. Contudo, ele passou a maior parte da sua vida sozinho na natureza, longe do resto da tribo. E por isso que o desaparecimento dele não foi notado. Quando Citlali finalmente percebeu que ele foi embora, ninguém tinha notícias dele há um tempo.
Citlali knows him too?
Isso mesmo. Ororon era um órfão criado pelo chefe dos mestres do vento noturno e muitas pessoas gentis da tribo. Mesmo assim, ele tinha uma reputação estranha por toda a sua vida. Estranha?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Ororon, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Isso mesmo. Então, nesse sentido, Ororon e Citlali têm bastante em comum, sendo por isso que eles se dão tão bem.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Ororon's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Até agora, ainda não conseguimos confirmar se Ororon se juntou aos Fatui voluntariamente ou se foi coagido. Citlali provavelmente está ansiosa para provar que Ororon não traiu seu povo. Planejo usar isto como ponto de partida quando for conversar com ela.
Oh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Ororon and the captain's whereabouts?
Sim, se vocês concordarem com a ideia, isso se tornará uma colaboração mutuamente benéfica, ao invés de um pedido unilateral. Embora eu não ache que a Citlali seja o tipo de pessoa que recusaria uma ordem da arconte Pyro, trabalhar conosco vai ajudá-la a focar e não se distrair por toda a situação com o Ororon. Assim podemos abater 2 slimes com um golpe só. 2 coelhos numa cajadada, né? Exatamente.
This is a pretty well thought out plan, as expected of Molly Poke and each. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Claro, vou partir imediatamente. Cuide-se que neste também vou voltar. Ainda há algumas coisas que preciso fazer.
I'll see you in a couple of days.
Espere até amanhã do dia seguinte. Não, peraí. Espere até amanhã do dia depois de amanhã. 2 dias então, de novo, caraca. Tem 9 piróculos. São 16, né? Ou seja, faltam 7. Tem 7 perdidos aí pelo mapa ainda. Piróculos. Tem que ser na manhã, né? Vai cair na madrugada. A internet daqui de casa, o Wi-Fi tá funcionando horrível, cara. Mas parece que no cabo de rede aqui que tá conectado tá normal. Tomara que continue assim. Espera até amanhã, né? Amanhã o que? 6 da manhã, tá bom? Ah, não tá não? Ela acorda tarde? Oito horas. Ah, fale com Shilonen.
Citlali did not reply to our request, although I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's go!
Vá ao local combinado e espere por Citlali. Vamos conhecer a Citlali. Espero que tenha contratado uma dubladora pra ela.
Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a
Eu sou muito fã de personagens misturados com animais. Eu no mínimo suporto o visual do Tighnari, Diona e Katina. De resto não curto muito, nem gastaria gemas com um personagem assim. Eu achei ela bem bonita, a Shilonen. Ela tem umas orelhinhas tipo de leopardo assim. Dá pra receber.
Even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Citlali, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Senhora Alves, eu amei a ela.
But she didn't even bother to reply to
Seja bem-vinda à live e ao canal.
She didn't want to come. She could have
Ela
reached out
patina e sobe na parede. Uma rainha.
Does you, Paimon never wants to get
Com
old.
certeza.
Oh, really? So, that's how
A
you
Citlali
see me?
aí.
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Tá ficando maluca,
Don't
pai?
mind
Ai.
me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Citlali.
Hã?
You're Citlali? You're Granny Citlali?
Yes, Granny Citlali. But emphasis on Citlali, not Granny. Ah, you must know this trope from light novels, surely.
Ela não tem cara de
Use it all the
vovó,
time.
não.
The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention? She's called Granny,
Me lembra
but,
pouco a Faruzan.
she's actually pretty young.
E você reclamando que a arconte Piro não falava tudo.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really unique.
Também quero
I
saber.
just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
It was my idea to
Vou
invite you to
pesquisar
your
sua
Citlali.
idade.
So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, understood. Besides, just showing up is the most important part, no?
Até hoje no
But,
Honkai eu não
of
suporto
course,
a melhor suporte do jogo que tem uma
it's
cauda
also
enorme
natural
de
for people to
raposa
get
e
held up by one thing or
e
another as
orelhas
they're trying to
gigantes.
leave the house.
Ting 1.
It certainly was a bit awkward to see
Ting
that everyone else had
1.
arrived
Eu acho que eu
before me.
tenho ela. É uma
At
T4,
first,
não
I
é?
was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think
Eu ainda
about
não estou
how I
muito
could phrase my
familiarizado com
apology.
nomes.
Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Já terminou de falar, minha filha?
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Nós estamos conversando de telepatia? Não tenho certeza se deveria rir. Seria rude rir? Ou ainda mais rude não rir?
When the Masters of the Night went, said they struggled dealing with her. I wonder if the
Ela vai
feeling's
ficar
mutual.
putaça se a gente ir.
She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
Shilonen explica o pedido do arconte Piro.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Ororon. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Vamos saber quando encontrarmos. Eu não faço a mínima ideia, né? A senhora é chata pra caramba. Deve ser por isso que ele saiu de lá.
If you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name, what do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
Como é? O que isso quer dizer?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Valeu.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Ororon back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the Lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with Citlali to track down Ororon.
Ororon.
The Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Ororon's place to look for clues. He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him?
Pergunta a
That's
eles.
not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on us.
Sim, senhora.
All right, then let's start by heading to where Ororon was seen last.
Senhora Citlali. Concluímos aí a primeira parte. Para onde a fumaça vai? Investiga as pistas. Beleza.
This is the spot.
tu.
An eyewitness claimed to have seen Ororon speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Ororon really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui. I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Pode nos contar um pouco mais sobre ele?
Ororon? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Se isso é tudo mesmo, então ele não parece ser uma pessoa ruim.
Oh well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here, give me your hand. How about now?
E agora, diga você, ué. Posso ver um rastro agora.
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Ororon. Good luck, you two.
Over here, this way! Citlali might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell...
Aqui é quem também tem rastro.
What was that?
Oh,
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
huh?
Acho que acabei de ouvir uma voz. Espera. Mas não foi meus ouvidos. Foi tudo na minha mente. Como se ela estivesse conectada, né?
Citlali's voice?
Parece que a Paimon ouviu a mesma voz, mas ela também parece ter entendido o que está acontecendo. Me deixa pensar. Deve ser um efeito colateral do feitiço que ela lançou.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Então agora ele tem telepatia? Então agora nós podemos ouvir os pensamentos dela por telepatia? Uau, isso é incrível! Uma coisa dessa só podia acontecer com a Citlali.
Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Pode apostar, deixa com a gente.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it. Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there.
O que vocês estão
Let's
vendo?
go take a look.
Só tem capivara aqui.
That little brat.
Yep, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Ororon was indeed being threatened. We've got to find him. Fast. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
Por que não falam pra ela logo que estão ouvindo tudo?
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
Ela é convencida.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Parece que o Ororon teve chance de revidar.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Ororon wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Citlali parece bem preocupada. De fato, julgando pelo sinal de socorro antes, Ororon estava sendo preso pelos Fatui. Então, considerando a diferença em número, ele provavelmente não conseguiria sair vitorioso.
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later. Ororon, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. Oh, you little brat.
And off she goes. Traveler,
Vai lá,
did you hear
Faruzan
all that
2.
as well?
Kaori, você ouviu isso tudo também?
Once
Sim.
Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
Então a telepatia não tem duas vidas, duas
You were
vias.
thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
Eu não acho que Citlali notou alguma coisa.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her. Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
Há rastros de flogista aqui, mas...
Did you find something?
Mas o rastro acaba completamente aqui.
So we can't tell where Ororon might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Paimon tem razão. Isso tudo é extremamente estranho. Além disso...
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
Hã? De quem é essa voz ainda agora? O Reino da Noite? Como eu cheguei aqui?
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Ororon, the one you've been searching for.
Mas o que isso quer dizer? Você escapou da custódia dos Fatui?
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
É o Capitano?
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Ororon with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
O que vocês
I've
querem?
heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Estou bem. Minha alma foi removida à força do meu corpo ainda agora? Isso explicaria eu não conseguir ouvir Paimon nem um pouco.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
Citlali! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
Estou bem, sou pouco tonta.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
Se eles estavam sendo honestos, devem ter motivos razoáveis para o que fizeram. Mas eu não deveria confiar neles. Eu poderia só compartilhar tudo com a Paimon e a Citlali agora mesmo, mas isso significaria desistir da pista. Eu ainda não tive muitas tratativas com os Fatuis ou os mestres do vento noturno. Acho que vou ficar sem falar nada por hora e ver se consigo descobrir mais alguma coisa.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. Citlali should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
Valeu, pessoal. Estou me sentindo bem agora. Mas eu mesmo tô com uma gripe terrível, misericórdia.
Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Ororon is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
O áudio tá dando um pouquinho de eco, né? baixei um pouquinho o volume do headset aqui, vamos ver se melhora. Pra onde que eu tenho que ir? Pra cá, né? Cem metros.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Ororon. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
Então aquele é o Ororon. Ele parece o mesmo de quando conversei com ele no reino da noite mais cedo.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
Citlali's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts.
Mariane Cruz, seja bem-vindo à live.
3, 2, 1. Still trying to resist? You've
Uma
got
luta
no
finalmente.
idea who you're up against.
Sharing my knowledge.
Incoming. Hey, nowhere to hide.
My duty.
I'll settle this. This way. You asked for it. Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom. This sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Speed of light.
Ororon!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, other Granny.
Vovó?
What did you just call her?
Granny. Is that not right? You are Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you're also a Granny.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Então você trata todo mundo como se fosse seu avô ou sua avó?
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Ororon? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey! I'm no ordinary Granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? And not stop to think?
Esse cara tá escondendo alguma coisa. Já pegou o tecido do Honkai? Ainda não. Vou tentar de novo amanhã. Hoje eu só entrei, fiz os farmzinhos basicão lá. Fiz algumas missões secundárias. Aí amanhã eu vou continuar as paradas. Consegui subir um pouquinho o rank.
Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Ororon, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetables?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
Vá à Câmara de Discussões. Bom, o Ororon tá de volta, né? Vocês voltam à cidade e Citlali leva vocês até a Câmara de Discussões, onde recontam tudo o que aconteceu com Ororon.
I see. So Aurora Ororon came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for
Ororon, sei
Citlali's
lá.
safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Ororon was only trying to protect another member of his tribe,
Ororon, né?
could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Ororon, please report back to the Speaker's chamber as soon as you've received
Cuiupa.
notice of the Archon's decision.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal. Once Ororon is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you.
Conto com você.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Bye for now. Come with me, Ororon. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, other Granny.
Aquele olhar no rosto dele, ele está provavelmente tentando me lembrar sobre minha promessa. Ele não me parece um mentiroso. Se eu não tivesse visto tudo com meus olhos, jamais adivinharia que ele poderia ter feito tanta coisa pelas costas de Citlali. O que ele realmente quer?
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub.
Paimon tem uma coisa que eu preciso contar.
What is it, traveler?
Beleza.
That captain?
Não grite.
Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you?
O meu Genshin ainda está atualizando.
What is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now.
Pra mim
I
são
would have never guessed anything was happening.
45 gigas que eu tive que baixar aqui.
Protecting Citlali and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
Ato 4 tá puro cinema.
Yeah, you're right.
O ato 4 vai ser com a Shilonen, né?
Appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Espere até as 8 do dia seguinte. Esse aqui já é dia seguinte, né? Não, é hoje. Tem que ser aqui. Hoje eu vou fazer só o ato 3. O ato 4 fazer na sexta-feira. Sexta-feira acho que meu PC já chega. Testar as lives puxando pra ele, usando minha placa de captura. Quero estreá-la logo. Vá ao local combinado. Pô, Shopee tá me enrolando muito, né? Meu microfone tá em Macau. Tá lá na China ainda. O ato 3 é bom demais também. Até aqui eu tô achando legal. Tem uns personagens legais também. Eu gostei da Citlali. Ela lembra um pouquinho a Faruzan. O Ororon também tá maneiro. Ah, e a Xilonen não pode esquecer. Ou seja, todos os 3 personagens. Só que o Kinishi e a Kashina, que apareceram no início, né? Estão sem dublador. Pelo menos aqui na dublagem inglesa.
Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
Vai direto ao ponto.
It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character.
Só tem interesse em informações.
Yes, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
An emergency plan?
Yes.
Por que esse cara sabe disso?
A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Isso é apenas especulação sua.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
Espera, ao roubar a Gnosis e tomar uma decisão por ela, Será que ele quer dizer que a Gnosis tem algo a ver com este plano reserva?
I knew you to be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, and was put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh no.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
Citlali! When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Ororon? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, Citlali! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Esse não é o lugar para disciplinar uma criança? Não tem cara de criança, não.
You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You hear me? You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Ororon for me, okay?
Nossa conversa com o capitão foi interrompida no momento mais crucial. Mas se Ororon ainda estiver aqui, talvez ainda podemos saber o resto com ele. Conquista. O general em seu labirinto.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Ororon. Use it! Why did you help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan? Really? You're just going to stonewall me?
Parece que o Ororon não tem a mínima intenção de respondê-la.
Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
Ah, tá de boa.
You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You...
Sorry, Granny.
Até a Paimon foi disciplinada por ela.
Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables! I don't need anything from you!
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Ororon, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
That's not it, Granny.
Tem algo estranho na voz dele?
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Ororon! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So
E ela?
Get back here this instant! Ororon! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
Ele ainda não quer nos dizer nada sobre seus objetivos.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Ororon probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. That brat. I swear.
O capitão provavelmente tem algum tipo de plano substancial. Caso contrário, Ororon não teria motivo para continuar seguindo ele. Nos encontramos novamente. Está fora de questão no momento. Então deve ser mais rápido se procurarmos arconte Pyro e confirmar o que o capitão disse. Além disso, percebo que a teimosia de Ororon machucou profundamente Citlali. Preciso encontrar uma forma de confortá-la. O que foi tudo aquilo sobre o dever de Ororon?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
Bora, Kek.
Huh?
Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry? How about we get something to eat?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
Then let's go. We can find
Falando
somewhere to
nisso,
sit
também
down
tô
and
com fome.
talk. Food and drinks are on me.
Pai não tem um fundo secreto pra comida, então ela pode fazer as honras.
How did this become Paimonville? Citlali looks quite down on herself. Alright. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide in Teyvat? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Citlali. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
Sure, that's fine with us. But Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, Citlali.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Misericórdia, que gripe. Vocês três entram em uma taverna e encontram um lugar calmo para sentar. Você e Paimon pedem comida e suco de frutas enquanto Citlali começa a beber garrafa atrás de garrafa de vinho.
What are you looking at?
Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
But Paimon only sees one person there.
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. Give me another bottle, boss!
Do you think she's drunk?
Ficaria surpresa se ela não estivesse.
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Citlali. She wouldn't spend time
Até NPC contrataram a dubladora e não contrataram pro Kinish e pra Kachina.
Last time I saw her with a new friend.
Wait, so you call her Granny too?
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Após Shankar ir embora, Citlali bebe mais alguns copos e começa a encarar o vazio. Você começa a pensar se ela está realmente bêbada ou pensando em algum problema complexo em sua cabeça.
Citlali? Citlali?
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Citlali? You're kinda talking to no one.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next.
É perfeita para casar com Vente.
And then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story.
Opa, mano, boa noite.
You brats start it,
Seja bem-vindo à
I
live.
finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans. I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
Granny Citlali, you're not a monster at all.
Qual a boa? Estou fazendo o ato 3 agora na missão do arconte de Natlan.
I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a
Já apareceu a Shilonen, já apareceu o Ororon. Essa daí é Citlali.
Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you.
Acha que eu sou a criança nova?
Don't
Acho que a
play
viajante é até
dumb.
mais velha que essa
Didn't
vovó.
I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Obrigada por todos os seus ensinamentos, senhora.
That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on
Tô
old
rushando a missão do
Granny.
arconte para pegar o material de ascensão da Shilonen.
Did you just
Aí tem que fazer a missão do arconte primeiro para depois liberar a missão de tribo, é mesmo.
A chapter of hatred reveals itself behind the smoke. The lingering smoke.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
No, I'd say it's
Eu vou pegar os
ability
materiais
doesn't
dela
need to sit
pra
herself.
juntar pra outro personagem.
Well, she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and
Que eu não vou
tricks.
pegar ela ainda.
You have been able to master hers.
Warning, warning. Red. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes. Huh?
Você está acordada?
Traveler? Paimon?
O Ororon parece que é mais velho do que ela.
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Phew. Okay, it's passed. That was a close one.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing. I'm sorry
Ela
I
usa
had to see you
Jequiti.
like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up, not once.
Não perguntamos sobre antes.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
Why not?
Futura esposa do Vente, ela.
Whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think.
Imagina os dois num bar.
We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
Oh, Hyman gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about
Pegou
shame.
Shilonen?
I've lived all these years
Não peguei
and
não,
still
vou pegar
can't get rid of it.
C1 da Rutal.
Surely you know the feeling too?
Pit 59 já.
Actually, about that.
Deveríamos apenas contar a ela?
Huh? Tell me what?
Yeah, this is as good a time as any.
Certo, Citlali. Escute bem e tente não ficar muito chateada. Você descreve os eventos acontecidos durante o resgate de Ororon. O mais objetivo, justo e imparcial quanto possível. Citlali compartilhou alguns de seus sentimentos com você através de um encantamento, te permitindo temporariamente ler seus pensamentos.
So, you heard my...
It's okay, Citlali. You had every right to complain about those things.
Peguei ela nos 70x dos que perde 50-50 para variar.
Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much. It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
So that,
A Shilonen vale super a pena. Apesar de que os personagens do banner que estão com ela também, né? São uma bosta.
Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
Ela vai bater uns 360 com ela. É porque ela reduz a resistência e bufa, né? Ela é boa.
Take a walk with me. I have things
É muito boa pra nave.
looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Deveríamos segui-la. Só pra garantir que ela vai ficar nada... Que ela não vai fazer nada idiota. Siga Citlali para um lugar diferente. Alertino 40, 50k. O Alane 400k. Todos os personagens aí que vão fazer a reação com gel, né? Hidro, Piro. Como é que é o nome mesmo? Crio e Eletro. Eles conseguem buff e redução de resistência com a Shilonen. Pra onde que eu tenho que ir? Pra cá, né? Deu uma volta gigantesca, né?
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Os talentos estão no 2 também. Obrigada por nos trazer até aqui.
You're making me want to cry.
Oh no, what did we do? Please don't cry.
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time. Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Citlali uma cena raivosa e outra na carinhosa.
I used to be more of of a stickler
Bipolar.
for the rules. And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
Citlali ganhou uma missão lendária pra ela, né, praticamente. Só tá mostrando ela desde que começou.
Granny Eastly is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you. What about you? Are you scared of me?
We don't find you scary at all.
Paimon tem razão.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me.
Ele é convencido também.
Not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Aurora didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Ororon's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Ororon and me.
Igual gente idosa. É igualzinha a Faruzan, ela. A Faruzan também é toda convencida. A Faruzan tem mais de 100 anos de idade. Eu acho que ela só não bebe tanto.
No one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Ororon's
consegui fazer 37 estrelas na Abyssal.
They saw a possibility for Natlan. A possibility to turn Ororon into a vessel for lost souls.
37 fecha tudo, será?
Lost souls to gather within him. Ororon would then be sent to the Night Kingdom.
Eu já fechei o Abyssal tem mó tempão. Raiva do piso 2-1. 12-1, 12-1. Falta 2 estrelas. Enviar uma pessoa viva para o reino da noite. Isso não apenas mataria ele?
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further. The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the
São 36, não? São 9 cada. 9, 18, 27, 36.
Surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The Lions were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears.
4 pisos que reseta.
Of course you're going to take
9 estrelas cada
When the
piso.
chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead
Então
with
tu
the
fez
ceremony.
34 estrelas.
It failed.
Faltam 2.
Ororon escaped with his life. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting,
O Abyssal eu vou fazer no
I
sábado.
basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't
Só que eu
have
já
my
adiantei,
explicit
né?
approval, but it's not like I
O
did the
9 e o
right
10,
thing.
já adiantei. Aí falta o 11 e o
If the
12.
ceremony was successful, Ororon would probably be dead. Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result. The plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say,
Depois do piso 12, o resto vai ser fácil.
secret. A simple investigation from Ororon would reveal everything. Everyone thought he would be
Tem que ver
happy
do que
he
eu vou
survived.
precisar.
And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me, he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Wait, but it's not his fault.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Ororon has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us.
Quero ver essa live
He
do Abismo.
understands just how dire the
Sabadão.
situation with ley lines
Sabadão.
has become.
Amanhã.
Maybe he chose to work with
Amanhã
the
vai ter outra
Fatui
live do
because he still thinks he owes a
Honkai
debt
Star
to
Rail.
Natlan. I can only imagine what they told him.
Sexta-feira, o ato 4
Didn't the captain say he found a way to
da
solve
missão
the
do
crisis?
arconte de Natlan.
Maybe that's what brought Ororon into this.
Sábado,
Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince
Abismo.
him to come back.
O Abismo sábado já é certo de eu estar gravando pela placa de captura.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air
Live
is
todo
doing me
dia.
good.
Isso.
Okay. Forget
Tentando
that.
melhorar um
I need to go
pouquinho
home.
a cada dia.
I hit it a little too hard.
Ainda tô esperando algumas paradas chegarem ainda, né?
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep.
Ele é
We can
fraco, o
figure
Vente
out our
aguenta
next move
mais.
in the morning.
Cara, o Vente nunca tá sóbrio, né? O Vente bebe todo dia, toda hora. Ele já anda com uma garrafa de vinho na mão.
I like the sound of that.
Ororon's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Mas o dia que ele parar de beber também, a ressaca vai vir pesada em cima dele. Aí deveríamos contar para Arconte Piro o que descobrimos. Vai ser pior até do que aquele chute na boca do estômago que ele levou da Signora. Deveríamos apenas ser francas com ela.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly. But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. Or no, let's go to bed.
E terminou mais uma parte. Essa aqui dá 30 gemas. Mais recursos. Viu a falta de dublagem da Caxina? Faltou a dubladora da Caxina e faltou a dubladora do Kinish. O Moalone ainda não apareceu, né? Não sei se faltou também. Se ela não aparece... Não, acho que ela aparece sim, porque eu vi ela no trailer. Depois, mais pra frente, quando eles atualizarem, eles devem colocar a voz ali. Jogando em japonês. Em japonês a dublagem tá normal? Deve tá, né? A maior parte do mimimi tá no global.
Noisy outside. Pirates still haven't sleep. Well, guess we should see what's going on.
you're already here. I was just about to come get you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drinking last night.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move. I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Nightwind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you need our help?
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick response, things shouldn't get too serious. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here.
Quanto Ororon?
I'm done making excuses for him. He's not a child anymore. He needs to take responsibility for his actions. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the Speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they choose to handle the situation. But I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the attack. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry, I never forget a promise to a friend.
Também ficarei de olho no Ororon.
Alright, I need to start heading back.
She left in a hurry. The situation must be really serious. Looks like a lot of people are heading to the stadium. Let's see what's going on.
Já só não derrotei ele ainda. Vou ver se ele é forte hoje. Shaska e a irmã dela. E Moalani. E Ansan. Ah, Moalani não deu treta não. Ela tá com a voz dela.
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real emergency on our hands, so this is the perfect time for you to show off your skills. Alright, but can we get a quick rundown?
Tem uma mecânica ele?
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty.
Acho que nada que a Keck não dê jeito, né? Agora ela tá com rastro, agora ela tá braba.
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now. But I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild. Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out.
Chaska vazou a gameplay dela.
I plan on heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs.
Ela vai montar na guitarra zona dela lá e vai sair voando. O troço parece uma guitarra, né? Parece uma guitarra bazuca, sei lá.
They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away. What about you guys? We could go together.
Preciso falar com a arconte Piro primeiro. Descobrir algumas coisas do capitão.
Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the children of echoes to us.
Falando nisso, perdi pra Keck um 50-50. Que bom, né? Pelo menos foi pra Keck. Parece uma bruxa. Eu não dou uma sorte dessa perder os 50-50 pra Keck.
Your tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly, be careful, everyone.
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my job a lot easier.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. She's just looking out for everyone.
DR é boa também, né? A constelação dela são top de linha. Tô com as duas aqui. O rastro dela de florzinha.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People across Natlan are in danger. Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation short.
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
Encontramos o capitão.
What?
89 de taxa, 180 de dano. Tá bom, então.
So he thinks my
89 ela vai gritar sempre.
He thinks I'm being stubborn.
A Gnodas realmente consegue fazer o que ele disse?
I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence.
Essa daí vai montar uma moto.
Have that function. But there's more to the story. I will answer you
Arconte pira.
honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net.
Vou juntar na próxima atualização para poder pegar ela.
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net? What does that mean?
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process.
Andar na água, no ar, na terra.
Souls are just another form of life.
Escalar.
This method is self-evident. The Night Kingdom
Vai ser tipo um motoqueiro fantasma.
but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture. Even then,
Ouvi dizer também que ela vai ser uma DPS piro. Só que algumas constelações dela vão ajudar ela a alterar para subir DPS.
And what that means for us in the end. Now it's true, both plans come at a risk. But after weighing our options, this is our best bet.
Tô surpresa que a Gnosis tem esta função. Não se parece com algo que um arconte faria.
Natlan is unique among the nations of Tavad.
Tentar pegar a C1 da Xilonen. Se perder, o que com certeza vai acontecer, vou guardar para Arconte. Provavelmente vai ser uma DPS mesmo. Piro o que mais tem é DPS.
Oh, one more thing. The captain said he found another way to solve the problem. Could be equally as extreme.
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I
5.2 vai estar boa para poder juntar a gema. Os banners vão estar mais fraquinhos. Os banners da 5.2, pelo menos até agora, né, pelo que tá vazando aí, vai ser Chasca e Glee. E parte 2, Vente e Albedo.
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want to save the people of this land. So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
Tô lascado se vier uma Glee. Porque tu quer virar main Glee, pô? Gente, é uma raridade.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great. Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
O início do verdadeiro desastre.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is
Eu gosto dela, muito fofa.
I'm confident the warrior station in those areas can.
Ela é fofa, né? Os ataques dela são legais também. Eu gosto dos ataques dela.
Then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Ela só ficou um pouquinho pra trás, né?
You're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget,
Família completa, Jindy, Luke e Glee. A mãe, o pai e a filha.
No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines.
Filha adotiva, né? Que a mãe dela se chama Alice. Tem especulação de que a mãe da Glee deve aparecer aqui em Natlan.
If we had time to spar, you might think otherwise. Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent solution in the long run. I've considered moving my people to other nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences. I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Espero que Natlan não seja muito pequeno. Ainda tem expansão pra vir ainda. 5.2 vai sair uma expansão aqui pra trás de onde a gente tá aqui. Eu queria que lançasse mais expansão de Fontaine. O mapa de Fontaine é como se ele tivesse cortado. Até onde eu sei, é aqui ó, que vai sair a expansão. Aí Fontaine que eu queria que saísse, pô. Parece que é cortado aqui, ó. Aqui parece que tá... É, aqui é como se fosse, sei lá, tipo... Tivesse um pedaço pra vir aqui ainda. Aqui, ó, cortaram aqui um território grande. Aí aqui ainda tem pedaço de terra. Pra cá também. Aqui é a mesma coisa. Eles podiam terminar isso aqui, tipo, rodear isso tudo aqui, ó. Esse pedaço aqui de onde tem a cachoeira, rodear tudo. Aí ia ficar maneiro pra caramba. Até dar a volta aqui. Espero que eles façam isso, né? Aí aqui ainda tem um pedaço em Mondstadt, que deve sair futuramente. Que é o Wadi Dandelion. E onde mais? E Nazuma, que eu acho que vai ser pequenininha mesmo. Mas Natlan ainda tem bastante coisa pra vir. Já deve liberar aqui ainda. Já deve liberar mais pra cá. Tá na 5.1 ainda. Ainda tem tipo 7 atualizações ainda pra vir de Natlan. Só em Nazuma que é completinha. Mas ainda dá pra inventar uma ilha extra aqui ainda, sei lá, né? Puxar pra cá, sei lá, botar uma ilha aqui. Também ia ficar maneiro. Mas olhando assim já dá pra ver que ela tá completa mesmo. Liyue vai sair, com certeza, mais expansões de Liyue. O jogo adora Liyue, né? Porque representa o país, origem deles, pô. Na 5.4 vai sair a atualização de Liyue. E tem aquela casa também que tá cortada. Tem uns pedaços lá cortados também, Liyue. Liyue e Mondstadt.
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
Todos conseguiram sair. Traveler, Paimon, elas estão aqui.
What's the situation? There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
A galera teoriza até hoje o que seria. Pra onde a gente tem que ir? Fora de Natlan? Vamos fugir daqui, vamos pra Sumero?
Stay safe. We've got this.
Opa. Me deram um time aqui. Como se a Shilonen fosse DPS. Não sei usar ela não.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Right here. Clear the area.
Caraca. Calma aí. Quando que eu sei que o buff dela tá ativo? Não sei. Tem que encher a barrinha?
Hear the echoes of the valley. Carving waves. Need a surfboard? Check this out. That's the launch.
Aparece embaixo um círculo. Não consegui enxergar nada aqui embaixo.
Crumble apart.
Parecendo até um noob jogando esse troço. Tem que apertar algum botão para ativar a skill dela?
Letting brave names echo. Carving waves. Drop. Shabam. Bring it.
Ela tá como DPS. Ela morreu. Tem que bater nisso aqui também? Destruiu o portal do abismo.
E eu?
Fala.
Almoçar, jantar.
Já vou. Caraca.
I really thought I was done for.
Eu fiz isso aí tão rápido que nem percebi.
Can't thank you enough.
Eu não sei usar nenhum personagem de
We're
Natlan
just
ainda.
glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
Isso foi assustador, mas conseguimos.
By the way, where's Citlali? I thought she would come with you.
The Masters of the Night Wind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Viajante gel? É o único que eu sei usar ali. E a Moalane mais ou menos.
Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh, I should have got here sooner.
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as a team.
Corrigiram a mira da Moalane finalmente. Não quero ser negativa, mas a situação não parece
You
boa.
mean the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing
Corrigiram a mira da Moalane, mas não mandaram nenhuma
It's
gema,
possible
né?
not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
Ainda não sabemos alguma coisa.
Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani.
Tadinha, a Caixina é a única muda ali.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Descobri alguma coisa que você deveria saber.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge price.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. Honestly, if he has the same information
Malone é
as
tão
us, I can't
fofa,
really
amo
blame
ela.
him.
Tadinha da Caixina. Será que alguém entendeu o que ela falou?
Before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high. And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values
Quero
these
gemas de
simple
recompensa.
processes. When it comes to Natlan survival,
Queremos.
there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities. Life is important.
Fora essa missão no Arconte, também ainda não saiu nenhum evento. Também estou do lado da Mavuica.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seems like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the Pyro Archon has never heard of it?
O plano dos Fatui vai muito além de Natlan, né?
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the two are doing, we'll have our
Não é à
answer.
toa que tem Fatui espalhado por Teiva inteira.
Moika said her intelligence officer should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I
Eletricamente
have a few theories of my
carregado.
own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole thing.
Engraçado que já tem, né? O Cetus de DPS Eletro. Que usa arco. Escala com proficiência. O Cetus é excelente, né?
Count me in.
Aí agora outro DPS Eletro de arco.
If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us in the next battle.
T4 ainda, os dois
It's all a
T4.
chain reaction. Registered? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go, do what you do.
O Cetus é bom. Tu pegou o arco dele de evento? Ele tem um arco.
You got it. I just don't want to make the
É
trip
meio
back.
que a
It's
assinatura
so
dele,
far.
né?
All right.
Deu no evento.
Let's
Tem um
get together and
tempinho já o
celebrate once
evento.
this is over.
Oh, you betcha!
Era 4.7 ou 4.6, alguma coisa assim. O Cetus, ele é eletro, pô. Eletro e de arco. Cetus. Ele tem esse arcozinho aqui que é a assinatura dele. Tocador de nuvens. Funciona com qualquer set que dê proficiência pra ele. pessoas dourados, trupe. Trupe é bom porque... Ou pode ser tipo isso aqui também. Não é indicado. Trupe é bom porque dá pra colocar status melhores, né? Já que é um artefato mais comum. Função dele? DPS também, pô. É DPS ele. O E dele acho que é tipo o E da Faruzan e do Tignari. Faz ele atirar mais rápido, só que ele não consegue sair do lugar. E ele escala tudo com a proficiência também. Botei um teleporte lá do outro lado. O E dele é o que a galera queria com a Yoimiya. Tem suas semelhanças, né?
Moika! Oh, Chaska and Koichi are here! Wait, are you okay, Koichi?
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow.
É bonito ele. E eficiente, ainda mais pra quem não tem DPS eletro ainda. Os Fatui machucaram. Shui.
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened. Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers. Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling
Shushu.
group from Natlan. Could they be trading for something? Let's keep observing for now.
A NPC que você acha uma player.
Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
But...
We're not asking you to cover up our
Fatui do bem.
activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher method.
Got it. We'll get going now.
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior motive. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw, it's possible he was telling the truth.
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole time.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded
Mesma
on
coisa
all
da
sides.
Lertino.
Koichi,
Do Guild também, né?
I'll go in and check it out.
Oh, no, you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around, I doubt they'll see me coming.
We still can't see anything on the inside. What
Os
if we can't
Fatui ainda
find
vão
cover?
salvar Teiva
You won't
ainda no
have
final.
anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out what the Fatui are planning. That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with you.
That's even more risky.
A gente vai descobrir muito sobre os Fatuis na
You're already at your limit.
a partir da atualização 6.0,
I'm not sure you can say
que é a
the same,
atualização de SNES Naya.
at least right now.
I can.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout.
Os conservadores e os radicais. Pode ser também.
Even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end. We can't let this opportunity go to waste.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from our tribe. I can handle this.
All right, same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals, make sure our blind spots are covered, and support each other once we strike. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi's signal.
Hype para ver o que Natlan vai nos trazer. E mais ainda para a Nação Kurio. O clímax de Natlan acho que vem na 5.3. Que é o final, né? 5.3 acho que é o final da história. Tem uma parada de mora ali, ó.
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act. Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal.
Melhorar a bússola. Mostrar os puzzles. Tomara que sim.
That's it. Now's my chance.
Se mostrar os puzzles, eu acho que eu consigo fechar Liu em 100%. Porque tem alguma coisa lá que eu não tô encontrando. Em 3 partes.
Time to move. That was close. Almost got caught. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance.
É ninja ela?
That'll show my sister. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it.
Jogar a esfera misteriosa. Cara, jogou logo nas capivaras, tadinho.
Huh? What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh, it stinks! What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of this job already. The people
Escolhiam por isso na primeira vez. Mas eles seguram e lançam repartido.
Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Smart idea. All right, time to move. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming!
A treta tá rolando ali embaixo.
I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part of this place. Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. Not my own sister, though. No, she avoids me like her life depends on it.
I was wrong, Koichi. You've done well.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? Now I look like the mean one.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory.
A 5.2 vai ter a missão de tribo da Chasca.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop it. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's because they're interested in our culture and history.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natlan don't know how to use it. Why would this be the Fatui's target?
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be where our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough. Come on.
Esse aí não vou precisar rushar. Vou poder ir na calma.
Where? Should we keep following?
É, provavelmente o pré-requisito deve ser ter terminado até o ato 4, né, da missão do arconte.
No reason to stop now.
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to go.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What? You'll regret that!
Monte de gente não gostou dela, né? Lá na China deu até uma treta.
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more.
É, por conta da aparência dela, né? Motivo? Não sei.
So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail?
She pushed herself too hard.
Eu não gostei, mas também não desgostei. Achei ela tipo normalzinha.
While we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
You've done very well.
Calça que não sabe ser short.
Limits, but it's not my place.
É porque ela é inspirada na como se fosse uma cowboy, né, sei lá, tipo isso.
So our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism.
Aí os cowboys usam essas calças rasgadas assim, sei lá.
Even to us. What does the captain want with it?
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen,
Só é clã a cor dela.
every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source.
Muito branca.
I'll get right on it.
Ah, deve ser porque ela não pega sol.
Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
Congratulations. That's so nice.
Achei o rosto dela meio estranho também.
Guess that means I'm doing something right.
You don't need to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty.
Ela parece uma mestiça.
I should take Koichi home.
Que ela tem orelhas de elfo lá.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well.
Ela não parece nem um pouco a irmã.
Too, so don't be shy. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first to know.
Yummy snacks!
Banner dela vai vender quase nada. Não só por causa do hit que ela tá tomando, né? Mas também por causa do momento que ela vai vir. Faltando uma atualização para arconte Piro. Ou seja, ninguém vai comprar nada no banner dela. Sem falar que os outros T5 também, tipo, não estão ajudando nada. Espeça-se de Chasca e Chuchu.
What's next for you two?
O que vocês vão fazer agora? Levar um Chuchu pra casa.
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine in a day or two.
Da ida e o tal. É.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you collapse. What if the Abyss attacks again?
Na ida e o tal vai ser o último banner que vai vender legal. Aí depois vai vir uns banners que pouca gente vai tirar. E a maioria vai juntar pra arconte.
On the off chance something like that were to happen, I might. But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets. I guess you're right. But I don't have to like it.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska from doing something dangerous.
I do the same for anyone trying.
Tô achando essa missão do arconte muito parada. Muito diálogo, pouca ação.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients. So can't you understand why your own sister would feel the same way
Eu
about
acho
you?
que tem umas paradas que são até legal, mas a maioria tá bem paradona.
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decisions.
Who wants to be like her? Overconfident, always making excuses when things go wrong.
Muito diálogo.
That's just not true.
You think I
Mas tipo, tem algumas missões aí que do arconte que estão melhores, estão uma trama mais interessante.
Arguing is just how we communicate.
O ato que eu achei mais interessante até agora foi o ato 2. O ato 1 também teve diálogo pra caramba. Aí no final foi legal. O ato 2 foi interessante. O ato 3 até agora só diálogo.
Neither of us are really the type to back down.
Apresentou a Citlali, apresentou a Xilonen. Xilonen apareceu pouco. Citlali apareceu na metade da missão inteira. E agora tá focando uma trama da Chasca, que é mais ela discutindo com a irmã dela.
I'll be back once everything's settled at home.
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
Bye, you two. Take care of yourselves out there.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point, right? Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything that we know so far.
Citlali veio pra provar que tá competindo com o Vente. Ela veio pro pessoal shippar ela com o Vente. Olha ela aí. Citlali.
Sorry for popping up out of nowhere again.
Why do you look so awkward? Oh, is there something you need from us?
Faruzão 2.
I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grilled steak to make up for it.
Awesome! Just give us your orders.
Hey, friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we talked about before parting ways?
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Ororon has always wanted to save
Ela é bonita.
something about his soul being fragmented.
A vovozinha.
Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Ororon is probably back with the captain. What do you think?
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, I confirmed it myself. Ororon came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
I told him to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's no way he can back out now. Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a whole.
I'm surprised you let him go at all.
I had to prioritize my tribe. Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity, but it never came. All these years of calling me Granny, and I couldn't do a single thing for him in the end.
Don't say that! Your tribe all raised him together, right? That couldn't have been easy.
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little.
É só ano que
Running
vem.
around the tribe, dropping by random houses right and left.
Acho que em
He's
janeiro.
not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for their family. Besides, Ororon is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his sleeve.
Meados de janeiro pro fim de janeiro, mais ou menos.
Every single one.
Wait, what are you saying?
Look. Remember how I said Ororon's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable. And this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Ororon is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked Aoife to bring it to him. You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts. He's always bringing me all sorts of things, and he happens to be very good friends with Ororon. Aoife doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Ororon would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important it is, so I knew he would make the switch. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which he no longer needed.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't, but I can. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much more subtle. He won't notice anything.
So in other words, we have a whole backup of Ororon's memories in this gem.
The kid thinks he can take me on?
Safadinho.
Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Citlali. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him down. I know he thinks of me as his grandma, but do you think he'll get mad at me for this? You can be honest.
That's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma, so she's not the best person to ask.
É possível, famílias também possuem divergências às vezes. Mas como família dele, você precisa fazer isso.
To be honest, I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't stop the ceremony all those years ago. And now, I'm useless again. But if I stop here, it will haunt me until I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger.
Começar a surtar?
I don't scare that easy. Still, if I back away from this and something happens to Ororon, I would never forgive myself. I need to look at his
Parece
memory.
briga familiar.
Even if he resents me, refuses to see me, or runs away for good, I don't care, and I won't blame him. A family does whatever it takes
E o
to protect
capitão é
their
o cara
own.
que tá botando fogo na briga.
We can come with you if you want.
Did you just say you'll come with me?
Is that okay? We have a pretty good reason to see it too, don't we? Because, right, we need leads on the Fatui.
You really mean it? Oh, fine, you can come. Just promise me you'll see this through. No backing out.
O capitão tá botando fogo e a viajante tentando amenizar a situação.
Then I place my trust in your professionalism. All right, time to sneak into someone else's memory and engage in some, unwanted spying. You heard it here first. I wouldn't be doing this if I had any other choice. Are you ready?
Há muito tempo já, meu filho.
Look how good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree. What do you think?
O rabanete tá quase o tamanho dele já.
Hey! How's it going, Ororon?
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Can't complain. What you up to? Naming your vegetables again?
No, just some idle conversation.
Sounds fascinating. What did they say?
They told me you were coming and that you would take some produce with you.
Only if you're offering. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told me Chaska's fostering a saurian
O
at his
cara fala
place.
com plantas.
Said the thing trampled over a part of your radish garden. I hope you two didn't get into
Ele
a
deve
huge
se sentir
fight.
tão sozinho.
No, don't worry. I'll find a way for him to make it up to me. I've already wrapped your share of the produce. Here you go.
You really knew I was coming. That's pretty amazing.
Light up the smoke and you can see the path through the shadows. That's what everyone says.
Hey, have you seen that strange group of people that just appeared out of nowhere?
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. It seems like they're looking for someone, but I wouldn't go around asking too many questions. If you run into them, be careful.
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind, are you not? Why do you live here alone?
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild. I guess you're from the Fatui. One everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Citlali is her name.
Citlali.
Granny? What does an Outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business with her?
There's no point to further questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying, and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking for Citlali.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
Why are the Fatui looking for her? What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning.
Quando a Citlali apareceu ali, ele saiu correndo.
I've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. I can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him, and also familiar in some way. I can't describe it.
What is it?
My lord, I feel dizzy.
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside the rightful realm.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Night Wind. How did he know that? Is he...
Essa treta tá muito lenta, mano. Essa trama.
How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could be related to why he's searching for Granny.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
Podiam ter simplificado pouquinho mais.
Stay vigilant and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight. However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us no harm?
Os Fatui também tem que lutar contra o Abismo. O Abismo também deve ter afetado os Nesdaia. A Ordem do Abismo é uma coisa, os Fatui são outra.
I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care? It seems like his subordinates refer to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual. Oh, what is he gonna do?
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately if this fails.
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you truly wish to do this?
The time for idle observation is over. It now falls on me to act. This nation is out of time.
Yes, sir.
Aquela luta foi a melhor cena até agora.
Straight into the stadium. What is he gonna do? They're both incredibly strong. How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines. It's faint, like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost. I can't let that happen.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see
Quem diria que seria ele?
may turn out to be. You.
É meio que a Citlali, né? Ela já revelou que foi o Ororon que ajudou o capitão a escapar. Aí agora ele tá meio que recapitulando, né? Mostrando como foi exatamente.
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts
Peitou arconte e saiu viva. Só que a Mavuika também tava. Não tava nos melhores momentos dela, né? A Narida em Sumero também ela não ia conseguir enfrentar o Dottori, não. Foi por isso que ela negociou com ele, entregou a Gnose.
Questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help you.
So, you can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe. So, we're in the same boat.
You seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Citlali? Do you know her?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Citlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
Eu tô quase pulando essa parte.
I want to do something to change Natlan.
Tá muito parado, mano.
Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe
Tem uma trilha sonorazinha, tipo, nada a ver no fundo.
Strange. Citlali is said to be the legendary Granny Inscreva-se, someone capable of communicating with the Wyab. And the Wyab are the key to information.
Já sei, capitão.
That is not something you
Isso não é algo que você precisa saber. Não se esqueça, salvei sua vida. Você não acreditava que os Fatui possam fugir de uma dúvida? As pessoas podem mentir, mas não as almas. Consigo perceber. Blá, blá, blá. Eles estão meio que discutindo, né? Você pode não viver entre sua tribo, mas certamente conhece seus truques. Peço desculpa pelo meu julgamento precipitado. Você é mais capaz do que imaginei. Vamos, veremos do que você pode ser, do que você tem e do que é preciso para se juntar ao plano. Entendo, uma abordagem interessante. Pelo menos vale a pena tentar. Ao invés de tecer uma rede para proteger as linhas, esse método chegaria à raiz do problema. Agora adotarei você como meu minion. Agora acho que acabou. Eu acho que ainda tem mais um pedaço, né? Que essa parte dá 30 gemas, né?
Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Paimon's fine, just a little dizzy.
Tá querendo terminar pelo menos o ato 3, mas eu tô com uma fome. Você está bem, Citlali?
Of course. I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past.
E consigo entender como ele se sente.
For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him.
Se tiver mais uma parte ainda, acho que eu vou deixar pra terminar depois.
Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do. He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Tal vó, tal neto.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Huh, that kid's got nothing on me. Anyway, back to what we just saw. I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to reconstruct the ley lines? What does that even mean? Something like the loom of fate, maybe? But how does that help with the abyss?
The loom of fate?
Tiara do destino?
It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrail that has unbelievable power. Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natlan will be affected. Oh, this is big.
Tentou roubar Gnoses pelo mesmo motivo.
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning. Ororon's memory proves that.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan?
Quero Dunsleaf.
About this right away.
Provavelmente na 7.0 adiante.
Now.
Certo, vamos lá. Ah, acabou. O ato 3. Que bom. Não tem mais um pedaço, não. É ato 4 agora. Ah, não vi nada de interessante nesse ato 3. Não teve nem cutscene. Faltou uma cutscene ali pra finalizar. 13 tiros. Para Rutal. Eu preciso de 21? Acho que com 21 ou 31. 31 para poder garantir se eu tiver muito azar, né? Se eu tiver muito azar, sei lá, perder o 50-50 também, que eu tô no 50-50. Deixa eu ver como é que é esse boss aqui. Quatorze tiros por enquanto. Tô com passe ativado, então deve dar mais. Aqui dá 1. Aqui dá mais 1. Até lá eu devo ter pego até mais ou menos aqui, ó. Mais 3. Será que o Hyper Bloom... Aliás, isso aqui não é Hyper Bloom não, né? Porque tem Piro. Eu não sei como é que se chama esse time. Mas eu espero que funcione. E o que eu tenho que fazer aqui? Canismo? Eu tenho que subir aqui? Ai meu Deus, o que eu tenho que fazer? Socorro! Independente do que ele fizer, a DR não vai morrer, então tanto faz. Tô achando esse boss um fujão. Ah tá, tem que destruir essas paradinhas aqui, né? Ah, pô, já peguei a manha. Ih, morreu de novo. Vou acabar com isso logo. A boss facinho, pô. Ele dá o que, esse boss aqui? Eletro. Quando eu precisar farmar eletro, eu vou fazer ele. Mas agora acho que só vou precisar para os Cetos. Cetos. Ainda vai demorar um cadinho. Não tem nenhum outro eletro pano. Com o Diosara eu só vou upar até o 40. Ponto de resina 37. Vou fazer uma vezinha aqui o sombra verde para finalizar. Nem upei os Cetos. Tu já tem DPS eletro já? Dory C5. Dory não serve pra muita coisa não, né? Mais se você gostar da personagem mesmo. Se tiver uma Kekin, ela faz a mesma coisa que a Dory, só que melhor. Kekin não é Cookie. Mesma coisa que a Dory, só que melhor. Ela morreu sozinha. Ela ficou com medo da Kek. Dano, vida e death. Eu acho que tá faltando peça. Não? No set do caso. Né? Tá. Tá faltando tiara. E tá faltando ampulheta. Pô, as 2 4 estrelas são de prof. Vai ser uma merda pra pegar umas 5 estrelas de prof. Ele vai até recomendar algumas coisas, mas eu não vou trocar não. Recarga, mas tá ruim. Dano crítico. Não tem que ser de prof, ele tem que ser full prof. Jin tá faltando o cálice. Tem o cálice de ataque ruim pra caramba. Esse aqui também não tá muito bom não. Deixa esse aqui mesmo. Aí vem um dano crítico, pelo menos. Vai pro gasto por enquanto. As paradas eu vou upando devagarzinho mesmo. Aí não tem problema não. A gente vai aprimorando. Uma hora chega no nível da Kek. Um bônus de dano eletro no cálice dela, né? 17% de dano crítico. Artefato achou, eu nem troco tudo. Vem dano crítico e taxa. Quando eu quero def não vem. Escala com def também, né, Shilonen? Ainda não vi ela. É aqui? Não. Guia. Deixa eu ver o que eu tava fazendo de errado. Faz 3 golpes consecutivos, blá 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 blá, beleza. Aí tem estado espírito da noite, né? Deixa os ritmos da paixão soarem pela terra. Shilonen troca para lâminas rápidas de combate e avança para frente, causando dano gel. Com alinhamento de espírito da noite baseado na def de Shilonen. Depois de lançar, Shilonen obtém 45 pontos de espírito da noite e entra no estado de bênção do espírito da noite. Neste estado, Shilonen troca para o modo lâmina giratória. Meu Deus, eles podiam ter resumido isso aqui. Isso aqui eu sei como é que funciona. Só que eu não estava sabendo ativar. Shilonen possui 3 dispositivos de amostra. E mostra notas diferentes com base nos tipos elementais dos personagens da equipe. E ao ativar, reduz a resistência do elemento correspondente do inimigo. Aí os elementos são piro, hidro, cri e eletro. E gel também, porque ele é gel, né? Bom. Aí tem o bênção do espírito da noite, né? Que dá mais os buffs. Dano de investida baseado na def. Diminuição de resistência elemental de 9%. Isso no talento no 1, né? Duração da ativação de amostras de origem. Limite de tempo de pontos de espírito da noite. Redução de resistência ela dá ali, né? Dano de habilidade. Cura contínua. Ela tem cura também, né? Dano de batida adicional. Eu acho que, se não me engano, acho que a redução de resistência dela pode chegar até 45%, né? Quando estiver no estado de bênção no espírito da noite, se Shilonen tiver pelo menos 2 amostras de origem de conversão elemental, ela ganha 35 pontos de espírito da noite quando seu ataque normal ou imersivo atingir o oponente. Pode ser ativado uma vez a cada 0,1 segundos. Se Shilonen tiver menos de 2 amostras da origem que tiveram conversão elemental, seus ataques normais e imersivos causam 30% a mais de dano. Está no estado bênção do espírito da noite quando os pontos de espírito da noite de Shilonen alcançam o valor máximo, desencadeia um efeito igual à explosão do espírito da noite uma vez. Este efeito pode ser desencadeado uma vez a cada 14 segundos. Além disso, quando um membro da equipe desencadeia uma explosão de espírito da noite, aumenta a def de Shilonen em 20%. É um buff. Reduz em 18% a resistência do inimigo. A parada dela é redução de resistência. Não é nem buff, né? Redução de resistência. Diminuição de resistência elemental. Duração, ativação de amostra. Dano da batida. Buff aos artefatos. Então ela é o oposto do Kazuha, né? Porque o Kazuha é redução de resistência nos artefatos. E o buff não é nem passiva dele, é no E dele. Kazuha. Nem mostra aqui. Nem mostra. Só mostra a duração. Mas ele tem um buff. E o buff dele acho que chega até 40%. É onde? É na passiva? Para cada ponto de sua proficiência elemental, fornecerá a todos os membros da equipe o aumento de 0,04% de dano adicional elemental. É aqui, ó. É a passiva dele que dá o buff. Pode existir simultâneos instintos de bônus de dano elemental obtidos desta maneira. Aí, se não me engano, ele buffa até uns 40%. O caso, pelo menos, eles Eles resumiram, né? E não colocaram um texto tão grande. Os personagens do Natlan, você tem que ler uma bíblia pra saber o que eles vão fazer, pô. Aí. Ah, esse aqui pelo menos é resumido. O artefato de Natlan, então? Meu Deus, eu não tento gravar aquilo dali não. Prefiro ver um resumo. Tem meu bilhete batendo 80, 70k com os dois. Se duvidar dá pra bater mais ainda, pô. Meu vilete com Furina e Kazuha. Com os dois bem, os três bem upados, né? Ele bate 70k, pô. E 70k continuamente, né? 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Aí você vai ver no final lá, dá uma conta gigantesca. Aí... Agora com... Se juntar mais ela, né? O buff dela dura 15 segundos, dura mais. Você manda o buff da Shilonen, manda o buff da Furina, finaliza com o buff do Kazuha, que é um pouquinho mais... menos duradouro, né? E aí manda o Neovilete, aí deve dar um dano pesadão. Com todos eles bufados, né? Todos eles bem buildados, deve dar um dano pesadão no final. Eu tenho a Furina já, tenho a Furina e tenho o Kazuha. O Kazuha só não tá upado ainda, mas... A Furina eu uso direto com o Neovilete, pô. Furina bufa muito ele. Vou testar no meu Neovilete. Neovilete é essa parada aí mesmo. É o Neovilete e o que tiver de buff pra poder colocar nele. Que ele já carrega o restante tudo sozinho. Buff ou reação também. Se quiser botar reação. Não tiver mais buff, quiser botar reação. Se fosse 0, quiser botar um escudo. Eu vou fechar essa live por aqui, que eu vou jantar. Aí amanhã vai ter live aí de Honkai Star Rail pra gente continuar nosso progresso. E eu vou continuar com ato 4, sexta-feira. Amanhã acho que meu PC já chega, mas não sei se eu vou fazer a live direto do PC amanhã, que eu tenho que configurar coisa pra caramba. Aí... Mas a live de sexta-feira eu vou ver se eu faço já pela placa de captura. E sábado, Abismo. Domingo eu tenho uma trilha pra ir. De repente eu chegando eu vejo se eu faço alguma live. Se eu chegar vivo da trilha. Aí... Mas domingo eu tava querendo trazer algum outro jogo diferente. Vamos ver, né? Vamos ver como é que vai ser. E é isso aí então. Trilha de quê? Pedra de Elefante. Fica aqui na cidade onde eu moro. É uma pedra altona lá. Fica do litoral. Dá pra você ver assim o litoral todinho da cidade. A praia todinha, né? Extensão da praia. É maneirão. De repente eu tiro umas fotos e jogo lá na comunidade também. Sei lá. Eu tô querendo fazer Discord. Se eu tiver o PC, aí eu vou fazer um Discord também. Pro canal aqui. Aí vai ficar maneiro. Discord. Vou fazer o Discord e vou fazer um... Twitch. Uma Twitch. Medo de altura? Eu também. Morro de medo de altura. Eu já fiz uma vez uma trilha pra uma pedra, né? E tinha uns pedaços lá que era sinistro. Mas tem sempre uma alternativa pra você subir um caminho assim mais tranquilo e tal. Aí dá pra fazer maneiro. Eu vou ficando por aqui então. Eu vejo vocês aí na próxima live. Muito obrigado a todos aí que participaram. E adrenalina na veia. E é isso aí, valeu. Falou aí, pessoal. Boa noite pra vocês aí. Até a próxima live. Interromper a transmissão.